Today we're going to be testing out the VGN Dragonfly F1 gaming mouse. This is a completely wireless mouse, and I do have to mention that they did provide me today's sample. I've been super excited to try this out. I've been seeing this mouse around online, and I've just been wanting to switch from this wired mouse to a completely wireless setup. After the unboxing, we will take a look at the software that comes along with this, and I'll show you how to get that set up, and I'll also just show you how the mouse performs. Anyways, with that being said, let's cut to the unboxing. All right, so pretty simple packaging. Looks like we have the mouse right here. I'm gonna open up this piece just to make sure there's nothing like a receiver in there, and it doesn't look like it. We do have this other box, and we should have all the other accessories are in here. So we do get a really nice USB-C cable here. It actually has like fabric on the outside. And then we have the receiver on the other end of that. And fun fact, you guys could actually hide that receiver in here whenever you're traveling, just so you don't lose it. So there's a little cover, and now the receiver is inside of there. Obviously, we're gonna be actually testing this out with the receiver today, so I will need that shortly. We also do get this adapter. It has a USB-A 3.0 on one side and USB-C. All right, so we have a couple more things in the box. It looks like we have some skins for the mouse, so I've never seen that before. That's super cool. I'm personally gonna be keeping these off the mouse for now, but that's what they look like. I definitely think that these will make your mouse look a little bit more unique and stand out. And then most importantly, we have the user guide right here, and that's gonna show us how to download the software. You guys don't need to use the software. This mouse will be fully functional. In fact, you could still change the DPI to an extent on the mouse itself. But with the software, you guys could get a lot more specific with the settings and DPI. All right, so that's what the user guide is gonna look like. Super straightforward. Let's go ahead, go to the desk and get this functioning. All right, so let's get this thing hooked up. We're gonna take this receiver and just plug it into my PC. So we're just gonna plug it in up here for today's review. They also do recommend keeping this fairly close to the mouse. So if you guys are over their recommended length right there, and they're saying about 10 meters at max, you guys could use that USB-C cable to get that receiver even closer. All right, so we're just gonna turn this on just to show you that you guys could just immediately start using the mouse. So you guys should be able to see it moving right there. And if you guys follow their instructions and download their program for Windows, then you guys could also just immediately start messing with the settings here. So right now it shows us the battery life on there, but on the actual mouse, you guys have these lights here, just in case you guys don't have the software going to show you where the battery's at. All right, so let's just go ahead and go into these settings. All right, so one of the most important things to me is adjusting the DPI. We're able to go all the way up to 2600 DPI, which would be ideal for gaming and stuff like that. So while we're talking about stats, this also has a 1K polling rate and 650 IPS. If you want to change the DPI on the mouse without using the software, all you have to do is press this button, and you can see the software is automatically adjusting since I have that going. We also do get some extra buttons here on the side. I use them for going forward and backwards whenever I'm browsing. The scroll wheel does click in as well, and that's what the mouse sounds like. So like I was saying, it has a 1000 polling rate, and we have a bunch of settings here, including esports mode. And while we're talking about all of the buttons, you guys could actually remap the keys using their software, and I found that pretty useful. So overall, if you guys are looking for a really lightweight gaming mouse, I think that this is a great choice. Once again, having software that comes with the mouse to adjust the settings is a really big deal to me. And it's also just super comfortable to use. Because it's so light, it just kind of glides, and it also is a pretty good size. I have very large hands, and sometimes mouses are way too small for me. It's basically the same size as my wired mouse right there. So anyways, that's it for my super quick unboxing and review of this gaming mouse.